Hello and welcome to another Star Citizen tutorial video. If you've seen our Start Here Star Citizen guide, then this is the next part of that. Welcome to the next level. This tutorial will cover racing, multiplayer and PvP, getting involved with the community, and getting your settings right. So you have your ship, you've completed the flight tutorial and played some Vandal Swarm, and you've had a good look around the website. Let's move on to racing. Racing can be a great, quick way to learn how your ship handles, as well as becoming spatially aware of how large it is. Most of your early deaths in the game are likely to be crashing into things. So to get into racing, just press Escape, click on Electronic Access, then click Arena Commander, and then click on Drone Sim if you want a single player experience, or Spectrum Match if you want to play multiplayer. We want to play Drone Sim at the moment though, because we're just learning how to race, we're learning the course quick. You then want to select Classic Race from the actual game modes. There's 3 different tracks you can race on at the moment, Old Vanderfall being the easiest and the one I recommend. Then you can need to select your ship, whatever ship you want to test out, race with, just learn, whatever. Click on Merlin here, and then click on Launch when you're ready. Getting to grips with your ship here is important. Just try and complete a couple of laps with any new ship you rent or try. Every ship flies differently, and it's worth doing a couple of races in any ship you rent or purchase. It will severely improve your skills no end, and allow your muscle memory to become a little bit more elastic at piloting in general. In a race, you have to make your way around the course by passing through a series of gates that act as checkpoints. Passing through the marked one will activate the next. Once you have passed through them all, and then the starting line, you will have completed a lap. You'll need to complete 3 laps to finish a race if you're playing single player, though at any time you can press Escape and go back to your hangar. A lot of players just do the races, and you can do them in single player, in the Drone Sim mode, or multiplayer in Spectrum Match. The public Spectrum matches will earn you REC or rental equipment credits, and you'll get to see how other pilots race, and that will teach you a lot too. There is a lot going on with racing and trying to shave fractions of seconds off your times, how to take the corners properly. You'll really need to know the course, know your ship, and pull off perfect manoeuvres to compete at high level or get on the leaderboards. There are a selection of leaderboards on the RSO website, and to get to them you just hover over Community, click on Leaderboards, and then it will take you to the variety of different modes and the leaderboards thereof. So you can select any particular mode, so let's go for Vandal Swarm, click on that, and it will show you, if you're logged in, all the top players and where you fit into that particular mode. We can click here on any of the players or ourselves, and we can literally see a lot of extra little metadata that will tell us a variety of different things about ourselves, like how many kills we've got, how many deaths we've got in this particular mode, and what ships we like to fly. We can also choose to opt out of the leaderboards if we want by clicking on My RSI and clicking My Account, and then click on the icon next to opt out leaderboards and change to your preference. So let's talk some more about multiplayer. We've already talked about racing and Vandal Swarm, but there's also a free flight mode, which is exactly what it sounds like. You spawn in single or multiplayer, and then just fly around Dying Star or the Broken Moon map to your heart's content. There's no time limit, there's infinite respawns, and it's basically just a big sandbox mode for you to fly around in, land in, and explore. But there are some multiplayer only modes we haven't discussed. Squadron Battle, which is basically a team deathmatch. 2 teams of players fight. Damaging or killing enemy ships reduces the amount of tickets they have on their team. If you reduce the enemy tickets to 0, or you have the most tickets after the timer runs out, your team wins. Battle Royale is just a big deathmatch, everyone fights everyone, and to win you just have to have the most points. This mode can be quite hectic though. And then there's Capture the Core. This is capture the flag, grab the enemy's core, the orange ball on the HUD, and then take it back to your core. You can only catch the core if it's in your base and not being carried by an enemy though. To return your core, just kill that enemy that's carrying it and touch the core. It'll be teleported back to your base automatically. Get to the most captures or reach the capture limit to win. So, in all these modes, you'll earn REC based on your points. You'll get points by damaging and destroying enemy ships, or in the case of Capture the Core, returning, capturing, or grabbing the core as well. Ships are worth a varying amount of points based on the value of the ship, with Auroras being worth relatively low points, and Super Hornets being worth a lot. You'll get bonus points for forcing someone to eject, landing a killing blow, getting a revenge kill, that sort of thing. Ejecting and self-destructing your ship are ways of denying your enemies some points and allowing you to respawn with a fresh ship. Doing this without cause can incur respawn penalties though. With practice, you will learn when it's worth ejecting or when it's worth staying in a fight. And the meta is important to take into consideration too. Every patch and change in Star Citizen will change the way that ships and weapons interact with each other. Staying apprised of the stats and patch notes will allow you to understand what weapons work best, as well as just playing and seeing what gets you the most kills and what kills you the most. In patch 1.2.0, for example, size 2 Sawbucks and the size 3 Mantis ballistic weapons are exceptionally powerful in PvP. Practice literally makes perfect though, and learning the basics just by playing matches will improve your skill no end. So we're going to talk a bit about lobbies, but first you want to make sure you've added any friends that you want to play with. So if you press L while you're in the hangar, you can literally click on up here where it says add, then type in the handle of the person you want. Once you've typed in their handle, you can click on add. It will then display both their handle and their moniker, which can be quite confusing sometimes. So, for example, my handle, or Buggerton's handle here, would be Buggerton, and his community moniker would be Board Gamer Buggerton. Press L again to close that menu. Bam. Then, to get into a multiplayer lobby, you just want to press Escape, Electronic Access, Arena Commander, Spectrum Match, and then you can either, if you just want to play with friends in a match of like Vandal Swarm, 4 of you, whatever, you can click on Private Match. If you want to play with public people and earn rec, because this is the only way you can earn rec at the moment through public matches, click on Public Match. And then you can select whatever game mode you want. You can invite any friends that you've already added by just clicking on the invite button. Once they've all joined in, they can click on a ready button, which will appear where the host has their launch button. And once you're ready and you've selected your ship, you can just click here to select your ship, just on your ship, and apply. You're ready to launch. Just click on launch. So another important thing about Star Citizen is finding a community. It's worth joining one of the many Star Citizen communities. There are Facebook groups, Reddit groups, official RSI forums, the community hub, Twitch streamers, YouTube channels, all dedicated to Star Citizen. And joining them or getting involved with them is a great way to make friends and to find people to fly with. Organisations. There are thousands of player-led and run organisations to join. These are basically guilds, corporations or clans that you can browse through the orgs listing page here. Then you can use the search function if you want to find a particular org that might suit your needs. So if you're into exploration and you wanted to join a large organisation that were all casual players, and you could put in archetypes and if they're recruiting or not now if you want, and then you could search for that and it will bring up a list of particular orgs that suit those filters. Then you can click on one, and some of the bigger ones like Explore have massive amounts of data on their organisation pages which tell you all about their orgs, what they're planning to do in the verse, whether or not they're meeting now, if there's other forums, a website. Some have TeamSpeak servers already, some get together in large groups to play the game. It's worth shopping around to find an org that you like before you actually join in the game. And some of the massive orgs like Test, like Explore, Imperium, the Corporation, may really suit new players quite well because they have huge player bases, and that allows you to get a lot of information from a lot of people willing to help you. When you found an organisation you like the look of, you can click on Join Us Now. This will bring up the application. So in your application you could just ask the organisation in question to contact you if you want to talk to them further. Also you could just put in, I would like to join your organisation and this is why. And you can choose your membership type. So you can change this at a later date as well. So obviously if you've got a visible membership, other people will be able to see that you're part of that organisation. If you've got redacted, then it will show up on the organisation page as redacted and people won't be able to see that you're part of that organisation. And if you've got hidden affiliation, then you won't even show up as redacted. Once you're done with that, just click on Submit. You can check on your organisation or the applications to organisations by clicking on My RSI, clicking on My Account, and then clicking on Organisations. Here you can see any of the organisations you are a member of, and you can set them to as an affiliate or as your main. Your main organisation you can only have one of, but you can be affiliated to as many other organisations as you want. Some organisations have different rules, whether they're your main organisation or as an affiliate organisation. You can also set your visibility here as well, and you can check on your invitations and applications for orgs here too. And you're not tied down to just one organisation. You can join multiple organisations and leave whenever you want. The forums is where you can find a wealth of information and interact with the Star Citizen community. If you're a backer or have a game package, you'll have access to almost the entire forum, other than the special subscriber sections. If you're an account with no game package or no purchases, then you'll only be able to access the recruiting station. So in the recruiting station, you can basically pose questions before you join the game. So if you've got any questions about how the game works or what ship to buy, all that sort of jazz. If you are planning to use the forums and get involved with the community, please read in the new recruit section the forum how-to. This details basically the forum etiquette and forum rules, as well as a variety of other information of how the forums are laid out, exactly how to use them, and how to be a better poster. It will teach you to be more tolerant of other people and just understand how the whole forum and communication process works. So, for the collectors among you or people that would like extra forum badges, if you click on My RSI, and then My Account, and then click on Profile, you'll come up to the Profile settings page. So here you can set your signature, your avatar, and all of that jazz for the forums, but also your display title, which is basically a badge which is shown with your avatar. So you get these awarded to you based on your pledge for Star Citizen, but also you can get them for doing challenges. So, for example, if you get to Wave 18 and complete Vanderswarm, you get the Aggressor badge. But there's other mini-games on the website, like Hyper Vanguard Force. There's a Orion Mining Cookie Clicker one. There's also one where you've just got to do a Carrack experience, where you've got to fly through the verse and make decisions. If you complete those mini-games, then you get the badges awarded. I'll put all the links of those mini-games in the description below. Another important aspect of the community, if you want to get involved with it, is the Issue Council. This is basically the bug reporting suite for Star Citizen. So if you find a bug, and I'm not talking about some form of balance issue, I'm not talking about a feature you don't like, I'm talking about your ship not allowing you to respawn, or falling through the world, or all of your weapons falling off your ship every time you attempt to play a game. That's the sort of stuff that this Issue Council is for. If you're going to use it, if you're going to report a bug, please take the tour first. It will explain to you exactly the best practices and how to use the Issue Council to report a bug effectively. And lastly for this tutorial, a couple of suggestions. If you're using a HOTAS, then you'll want to get all your HOTAS curves and all of the joystick stuff sorted. I'm not too good with that, but I will signpost you in the description below of exactly how to set up your HOTAS and how to set up those curves. Also, another signposting, USER.cfgs. It's worth writing your own USER.cfg. This will allow you to set a lot of settings for Star Citizen to make the game just run better for you. Whether you want it to look more pretty or if you want it to run a lot faster. There's lots of different stuff you can do for them. Again, I'll put them in the description below. Anyway guys, I hope that helps you get started in your Star Citizen careers. Please, if you've got any other questions, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. There is a lot going on with Star Citizen, and they are changing and improving and adding to it all of the time. So keep on checking back for updates to our tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.